Danganranpa.
Good afternoon, stream. It is I, your guy, So7490, coming back at you with another stream. The last time I streamed was the training arc for Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle with myself, Phantom Kid 002, and Sans224. Now we're back here with Danganranpa 1, which is Trigger Happy Days. Last time we were here, what's her name died? I'm trying to remember what her name was. Ah, there we go. Okay. What was her name? There we go. Last time she died, Chihiro Fujisaki was killed. Last time we played this game. So now we're gonna look for all the data we need. So hopefully that works out for us. So for right now, though, we are going to talk to everybody. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
What is this?
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. What? The real? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in school?
No way!
There's no way. But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I am surprised at their stupidity. Well, I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with the stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko. Hina was pointing toward the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. Why? Why? Did she just faint? She fainted? That did not sound good. Toko. He never over just to collapse Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up. Oh, that's right. I just remember what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood.
Oh.
So she is hemophobic. I imagine she's not watched too many horror films then. This isn't in violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically, she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose. So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha.
Just a second.
Tucker, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. As if she'd heard her, Tucker suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction, I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortion she had to go through, her emotions were totally haphazard. Huh? What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Tuko, are you okay? I'm fine. Yeah. Well, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Okay. Kind of like freaking out now. So weird.
What the heck?
She must hit her head real hard when she fainted. The word has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
Well,
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutters are gone. That's a good thing, right? So freaking weird, man. Like, what?
I see.
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
so,
I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? Yeah, shit. Okay, there we go. If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? Huh? She totally ignored me. Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation. The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course.
Right as rain. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. Then it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate? What, does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. No. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I sure did, chum.
The Monokuma file!
I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later!
So please do your tippy-top best on this investigation.
no way.
Do we really gotta do another investigation? Examining the corpse of one of our friends, having to suspect all our other friends.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too. I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey!
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon... What, do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine, then go off and die somewhere, right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn you!
A dead body is an object?
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect, or I'll beat some into you.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth to what Byakuya said. Kyoko,
Because...
if we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
That's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. Whew. Damn it, why do I keep yawning? Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey! Hey!
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? The new rule has been added to the regulations, Megan.
so then.
In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
Hey,
Want a good mystery? You don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that possibility.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Farewell for now. I catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then 1 more person's life could still be in danger. Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the fuck up.
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice. I'm gonna get dropped off.
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation toot sweet. If we do not solve the mystery who killed Chihiro,
Okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. Hi, love. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Investigate. First of all, I'd better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fudisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with the blunt object. She was killed instantly. Yeah, I know. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma file number 2 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course, life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I
Stop
just...
talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation, so you're inviting me to come with you. You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Let me see, I gotta investigate everything. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. The dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but
What?
we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She seemed to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. Oh, there's blood on that. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with the blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Locker room dumbbell has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, cool. Anything else I need to know? Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. So this is the one that died, love. This girl right here. Her name is Chihiro Fujisaki. She's the one that died.
Strange. What?
She was killed by a blunt object around 2 a.m. And we're assuming this is the blunt weapon since it has blood on it at the moment. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well.
I still think she came here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night. Or the nerdy, so...
However...
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she would also have to come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Sakura's account has been added. Okay. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Byakuya Togami. I don't know. I feel like he did it. I feel like he did it. But that's just me. So this is our next location. Huh, this place is ready to the investigation. Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Alright, let's check over here first. BRB going to pop into Cookie Street for a couple. That's fine. Now you. There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf, which have nothing to do with the case. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that were true, it would be riddled with holes. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands
Did you
together.
call for me?
Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Marukoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader. Yes, the card reader have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from landing someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in
So,
there.
in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the Nobu Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things? You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole? But in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So, so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental facilities, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Card reader has been added to the truth bullet section. We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Surveillance camera, and there's what I can only assume is a gun attached to it, so it's chilling. The hunk of metal blocking engine seems like some kind of machine, okay. Surveillance. Oh. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No, wait. There's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did, Sayaka Maizono. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I see, yeah. Now I understand. Main hall e-handbooks have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hold on a second. What's
Very
wrong?
Strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey! Hey!
Really angry!
What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily, but it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air when Akuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so. Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be the demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. And what is this?
Don't make me repeat myself.
And I have basis to believe that I assure you Genocide Jack is one of us. Is this really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you
It's
need.
all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence does something like that, really? Ah, hey you two. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with
We're
you.
busy. Leave us alone. But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please. You gotta help me. Let me see what else he has real quick.
Such ignorance.
Such an annoying girl.
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
No.
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she headed to the dorms and to Toko's room, most likely. You're right.
Such ignorance.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. Rude. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency? Ah, there we go. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago, I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it feels like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Just really worried about her. Is there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Well, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
what do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying.
It's
Byakuya.
Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Doing more of the investigation still, my love. Apparently there's something weird going on with Toko. She's acting all weird and saying weird stuff. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Oh, there's a book missing there. There's no point in checking there. We need to find... Huh. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside. We're actually going inside the archive room. Shout out to 3 in Stream, guys. Well, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
what?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. What else? Okay. Gotta investigate as much as we can. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Extension cord, huh? This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file, huh?
That's right.
That's the report on the presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things? Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. And of course there's a camera here. And then Bianca is the last thing I need. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. Ooh. Love, if you're here, I need a drink, please. Can you bring me a cup of ice and a soda, please and thank you? If you're still in stream. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you sure discover that fact. I looked at everything. I don't think there's anything else in here, right?
That's right.
They reveal the ones with the real powers. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. So are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records. There's no ordinary person would ever use. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. Not sure I can keep all with us, just too unreal. Thank you, my love. Because I need a drink, guys. Because I can read all of this all I want, but my throat kind of gets to me after a while. Alright, well, when my soda gets better there. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our house. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. Thank you again, love, for the drink, because I definitely needed that. Whew. Shout out to 3 Extreme, guys. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Woo, shout out to 4 Extreme, guys. Keep it coming. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Whew, okay, I need a drink now. Give me a quick second, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew, that's better. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are 2 notable characteristics in every genocide case murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't think it would be good for you... Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. So what, this one then, right? There's a ton of deposits to the bookshelf. What else am I supposed to look at, though? I don't know what else I can look at.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so where do I go from here? Hold on, we still have more to check here. What else is there for me to look at? I looked at everything already, did I not? Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see
That's
it?
fine.
What? You didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Thank you, Gingy. Because I wasn't like looking at the book for some reason. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. The name of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takashi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takashi Masamune, Yuta Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killing to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
the key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been updated to the Truth Bullet section.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya. As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden? Like that?
I don't have time to play.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as shortly that he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I feel like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. How can I teleport places? I forgot. Oh, yeah, the map. Okay. How do I go? Oh, there we go. I was wondering how I get out of here. There we go. Because that way I teleport quickly. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the
I
culprit.
feel as if...
Another star increased for me. Evidence? What did he find? I cannot reveal that just yet. but I
I'm
guarantee
sure
you
of
that what
it.
I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really, what did she see? She
It
refused to
would
tell me. It's like when
seem...
a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Before that, though, there's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the... Okay, cool. What the hell? Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room. Is there something at the pool that I need to know about, maybe? I just want to double check every spot I can. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers? Guess not. Okay, nothing there. Okay, so nothing in here. Alright, let's check the body one more time. Alright, next we're gonna go in here to the girls' locker room again so we can investigate the body. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking,
However,
but I have to get going. I have something I'm ready to take care of. Something besides the investigation. What is it?
Well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the... Okay, cool. For a look at the body. Dude has a really... Okay. Let's examine her body real quick again. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in some kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about it either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Status of the dead body has been added to the Truth Splitters handbook. Well, the one thing that most likely tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro, and to figure out that there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. There's blood stain on the carpet. It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. I think I already checked that, so let me just see here. The big rusty swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. Girls' locker room doesn't seem to like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the poster have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. She probably would. You used to spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? I use it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker room could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee. In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. Oh shit! A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean, as if there was never a stain here to begin with? Disappearing. Oh! The locker rooms were switched! That has to be fucking it. Let me see. Can I talk?
I feel.
Okay. Warehouse by the dorms. Okay. Oh, so it tells you where they're at. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Woo! Shout out to 5 in stream, guys. So what, is he this way then? Let me see something. There you are.
How unfortunate.
Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Okay. In the warehouse, though. So let me see. Look at in the map. Ah, okay. I've never been there before yet. Because I can't teleport there, apparently. Or to the kitchen. Well, there. But I know where it is, at least. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't teleport me there though for some weird reason. So. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It's absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supplies to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
Ah, because of the story. Okay, I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I would tell you, and only you. Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
Indeed.
This is right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Celeste's account has been added to the... I don't think there would be anything in here, but you never know. In here? I thought it would be in here, though. Okay, so nothing in here that I can know of. Okay. Let me see the map. Is there another place I need to go? Ah. Celeste was there. Okay, so Hina's there in the dining hall, so let's go over there. By the way, guys, we're gonna do everything. We're gonna do the investigation and find out who the killer is in this stream. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course? There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her own one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh, wait. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Aoi's account has been added to the True Bloods. Okay. I doubt there's anything in here that we need to worry about, but... And look, it's the missing knife again. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Whew. Excuse me. Okay. So we found these two. Okay, we found him. I think he was in here. I don't know where. Yep, there we go.
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
What's up? I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. That's not suspicious at all. There's a mailbox here, and inside, are Junko, Leon, and Sayaka's e-handbooks. Just like the handbooks of any that students are brought here in the mailbox. The rule says loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only lending it against the rules. In other words, there's no problem with borrowing one. Also, it looks like Leon's handbook refuses to turn on. But according to the Monokuma, it shouldn't be broken. It's really unrelated to the case. Either way, something about it still bothers me. Okay. Where else do I need to go then? Where else would I need to go? Actually, maybe I should go to... Already did there. Did there. They're there. Okay. Actually, no, I know exactly where I need to go, actually. Which is her room, though? There we go. It's Chihiro's room. But now Chihiro is gone. Why? Why? Oh, can I not go into her room? That's where I thought I would need to go. Okay. So where do I need to go then? There has to be another area I have to go to, though. So I think I found every... Maybe the gym for some... Actually, no. Where do I need to go? I really don't know where the hell I need to go. So I think I went everywhere I needed to go. Maybe back to the library? Let's go back to the library. I know I talked to Sakura, I talked to Mondo. Oh, wrong. I talked to Celeste. I don't know where Kyoko went. I talked to Hifumi. Let me see. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that can't take anyone but Byakuya. Really? Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Oh, there it is, I guess. Look at that. There we go. Huh? The lamp won't turn on? Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if library desk lamp has been added to the... Oh, shit.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial. You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Well, I guess we're starting the class trial, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna actually save really quickly. We're gonna do, don't worry, we are doing the class trial, because I'm doing that right now. We're gonna find out who killed him. Who killed Chihiro. Alright. Let's go, guys. So is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek, nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails. Right, bro?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. You ready? We doing this?
Oh, very sad.
Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. So freaking weird. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
True.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Oh boy, here we go, guys. The steel box sank with heavy clanking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, I continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very.
Good, good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills.
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yes. I don't think I have that many. Robot Jack. Increases your truth bullet rate of fire effective during the non-stop debate and the bullet time battle. Final chart costs 3 SP. Definitely JoJo. Melodious voice increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. The focus gauge recovers more quickly, effective during the non-stop debate, the Hangman's Gambit, and the bullet time battle. Costs 4 SP. Okay. And that's all I have, it looks like. Yep. Let's see what we have. File 2, Sakura's account, Locker Room Dumbbell, Mondo's account, Card Reader, Main Hall e-handbooks, Broken e-handbook, Genocide Jack Case File, Always account, Boys Locker Room, Carpet, 2 Locker Room posters, Chihiro's e-handbook, Status of the Dead Body, Disappearing Stain, Library Desk Lamp, and Celeste account. That's all the stuff we have for... So let's get this started, guys. Class trial. Let's go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off...
Before we continue to figure out who did this, from everything I looked at, I feel like it's Toko for some reason. I feel like Toko's the one who did it. So, we're gonna find out. Guys, comment down below in the stream who do you guys think did it while we figure this out. Although, for those of you who already know who's done it, because you've played the game or watched the anime, don't say anything. So, no spoilers.
Let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Bree's like it was Genji.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
I let the whole thing play out, by the way, guys, just so that you can hear everything they said. Because I'm gonna try my best to time it when it's right. Definitely kind of there was something in the blood stain on it.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
All right, so we're gonna let.
It appears it was a head.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
That certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
Okay, we know what it was. I just gotta speed it up.
Chihiro's fatal. It appears it was a head.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. What kind of blunt instrument could it?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
Really? It didn't do the.
Would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Why is it not? I am more of a mommy boy. Ha!
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, it's wrong.
There we go. Now it hit. There we go.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
I know. I missed a few
It was
times.
covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although
Bree thinks it's
I
Hifumi.
believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
The one that looks like Peter. His name is Hifumi, Bree, first off. And secondly, no, it wasn't him.
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Okay. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. I think I have the white noise on those. I don't think I put gentle.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Okay. The thing Byakuya showed me in the archive, one look at that and everyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, it's wrong.
There we go.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of the Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
Wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh shit. Wait, what am I supposed to spell? Crap. I know, but I'm trying to find what the word is. No. Fuck. Fuck. Well then, the class trial is officially adjourned. Now it's time to read who's the blackened. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh shit. It would appear that the one with the most votes is Makoto. However, Makoto is not the blackened. Too bad. Another killer gets to graduate. Congratulations to them. On the other hand, everyone else must be punished.
Is this really the... I refuse to give up yet.
Okay, so what the hell am I supposed to spell? It's supposed to be like split, maybe? I don't... S... Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, though. I know S is one of the letters.
Is this... I refuse to give up yet.
I know S is one of the letters. And I think it said H, and what else? Let me see. It'll show us in a second here. Okay, H-I. S is 1. Oh no, okay, it's not A. Oh, okay. S. Okay. S-C-H-I. Oh! And then... Where's the O? Schizo.
Now I understand.
There we go.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Last name?
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality to her behavior.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right.
Woo, shout out to
Think
Fireman
back.
Stream, guys.
She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Yeah. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiends.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
He is a dick, Jinji, a big one. I hope he dies. I really do, because I don't like him. Out of all the characters in this game, I hate him with a passion. So much.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
There's something wrong with you then, Bree, because I don't like him.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Oh, shit.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
Not Toko! That's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Crazy bitch!
So intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body!
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is a murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
And yes, I know, Bree.
Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
The fuck is going on?
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But
Whoa.
I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that. But something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Okay, let's continue. See what the hell is going on. Status of the dead body. Or can I change that?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, I had to just focus on remembering Chihiro's body. I must have the answer. That should prove what he said isn't quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches.
No, it's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photo from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photo of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
They're all dudes.
And it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding Genocide Jack victims and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the name of our victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro.
I got it!
Yep, because...
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada, 32. Tatsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Ise, 14. Takashi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naoya, Takeshi Masamune, Yuta Yumejima. There was no end to it.
They were all... guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Hey, yo!
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh shit.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied Genocide Jack cases. Yep. It's you, bitch!
Here's my answer. Yakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
He's gonna die! He did it! He killed Pochihiro, but he's gonna fucking die! Oh my gosh!
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all! Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction to what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes! Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was...
Hold on. Yeah, I'm hitting L1
Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there, because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro.
No, that's wrong! I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
And now that we heard that... Okay, now that we...
The difference between the case... You want me to explain it? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with...
It was some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Really?
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I keep hitting it, but it's not doing anything.
The difference between... You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use those same scissors to arrange the...
But Chihiro was suspect it was some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong!
There we go, I got it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Africa just said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's something definitely wrong about what he said.
I got it!
It's the scene.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker room. Ha-ha! The posters! Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big breasted arm on young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy pie.
I got it!
There we go.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Oh, I know what it is. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there's no doubt that it was. In which case, can we really say that she used it?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
No, that's wrong! No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
No, Byakuya's the dude. He's the dude with glasses, Bree.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Yeah, he caved in quick with that.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Where the fuck are we going? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then begins to quietly examine her
Be
body.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring widely at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
The fuck? Yo!
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Says the girl that looks like a boy. Yes, we know, love. Sakura looks like a boy, but it's actually a girl. A super muscly girl, but it's a girl.
you guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
Who the fuck did it then if it's not him? Oh my fucking god! I swear to God, if it's not him, and he doesn't fucking die, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. I just want Byakuya gone. I want him gone. I don't care if he was the killer or if he's a dead body. I just want him fucking gone.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that's
I know, love. I'm with you. I know.
Effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead.
Right?
Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
It was Corbin Blue. Really, Bree? Really? Is that what you're gonna call him? You know what? I can't even. First of all, you spelled blue wrong. It's Bleu for his last name, I think. And secondly, I can't fucking unsee it now. He's gonna push it to the limit, cause he's in it to win it, Oh my god.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means...
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. No, stop while you're ahead. But that's still not enough. I need to find out some more clues. Let's go! Celeste account. But whose card did they use? I don't know.
A single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
No, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness account regarding Chihiro. She has more information about that.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. No.
No, it's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Hey, Crash. We are trying to figure out who killed Chihiro. Apparently Chihiro is a dude, so he was a cross-dresser. And so originally we found the body in the girls' locker room, but apparently the murder happened in the boys' locker room, and things were switched around to make it look like it happened in the girls' locker room. We thought it was Byakuya, but it's not him. So it's whoever was with Chihiro last night to work out with him.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
So Chihiro was a cross-dresser who was actually a dude. So we're trying to figure out who the fuck did it, because we thought it was Byakuya, and we thought it was leading in that fucking direction, but we find out it wasn't him. He just changed the scene or some shit like that. So it's not Byakuya, unfortunately. I was hoping he would fucking die, but it's not. But apparently the culprit is one of the guys. But it's not Byakuya, and it's not Makoto. So it has to be one of the other boys here.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember,
I don't know. Sadly, it wasn't
there was a
Byakuya.
decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Yes, I know, Big Mac, right?
Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. This is like fucking crazy, but okay.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out
we're
who
trying
the
to.
culprit is?
We're talking
No
about the
way.
tracksuit right now.
Not a chance.
If I were you, I would double check, like close the app
What he just
and
said
restart
without
it,
even realizing it?
or check the Wi-Fi you're on. He's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Let's see.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally.
Is it that? No.
Shoot.
First of
Okay.
all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
So next why did he choose the specific...
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one that...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
No, it's not there yet. The hell are you talking about? Just shut up, you little bitch. Let's be.
First of all,
I
we
know where
that
it's
he was
at.
On his way, so next we have...
Why did he choose the specific track?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that. It matched the one the culprit was...
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same...
There it is.
No, it's wrong.
There it is.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Hold on, guys. I will be right back. Hold on a quick second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I actually went to go double check on my wife because I know she got very invested on who the hell the killer was. So, we're accusing someone at the moment, love. We were talking about the tracksuit, and the reason it stopped here is because I think we just found out who the killer was because of what they just said.
Huh? What'd I say?
So this is what he just said right now. Watch.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a tracksuit into a duffel bag, and then I assume he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Boom!
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
I'm breathing. I'm okay. I want to go check on her.
You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Oh, I liked him! Is it really him? I actually liked him! Why the hell would he do it? Why couldn't they have him fucking Byakuya? Why couldn't it have been fucking Byakuya? Also, shout out to 5 in the stream. Why did it have to be you?
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
she stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Was it the way?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
When did he do that?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Tiny? Who's Tiny?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Why the fuck did that sound like fucking Mike Guy? Why the fuck did that sound like fucking Mike Guy?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
What do you mean it is him, Gingy? Are you saying that's the voice actor of Guy for that character?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly,
oh
it
shit!
might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
You think?
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up. Shoot!
Ah, crap.
I got it!
There we go.
Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
for a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
He played fucking Waver from Fate. Voiced him. Wow. So the voice of Guy played voice of Waver too? Damn.
Yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? So they weren't possible. By hacking it?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember
that?
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It has to be had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... So here's the thing. There is two people in the sauna. Him and him. But he was naked during the whole thing. So...
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna, so if I can prove that, then that would show the handbook Mondo has must actually be.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
I
See?
missed.
Look, Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Alright, let's try this again.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually, then that proves that what
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
The hell are you talking about? Just shut up, you little bitch.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
if Mondo's hand, then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works...
There we go. Whew, let's go.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Woo, shout out to 5 in the stream, and I think we figured out who the killer is.
It's kind of a great area,
So-
I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear. and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing. Oh, okay. So we have that. She bumped into that. That's the... Story time. I know. I'm trying to figure it out though. I'm gonna look at it through all first before I do anything. Ooh, that went too fast. Okay. Do that. Look there. Look there. So it's about 11 things in here. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna start the... Let me see what else is here real quick before I do anything. Okay. Okay, so gonna have to be this goes here. It ran out. Oh, okay. Woo, shout out to Six and Stream, guys. See that? See them together. I know they have stuff to throw me off, so... Okay, do that. I know. I'm trying to find stuff here. Let me see. Oh, wait. And put the... There we go. slowly figuring out what goes where. Okay. Yeah, about so it gives you time, thankfully. So I'm trying to figure out, and then after I'm done, it'll tell me where I have it wrong, which thankfully. So here is where I have to figure out the right thing. What would go there, though? Oh, hold on. I think I'm missing something. Hold on. I'm missing something somewhere. Hold on. I'm trying to think of where it would go. Okay, they went in there. Play it. Hold on. I'll probably just play it here in a second. I don't know what else would go there, though. I'll just put something there. And then...
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Got that part right.
Something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to arrange the event. Oh, okay. So that part... Okay.
The killer is you.
All right, let's try this now.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Okay, we got that part right.
Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Yes, got that part
It
right.
seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Oh, that one's wrong. Okay, so we got most of that correct, so that one's wrong.
The killer is
Let's see.
you.
Okay, so it's not that one. Okay, so we got most of it right.
Is the... I refuse to give up yet.
Okay, so we got most of that correct. So we just gotta figure out who did what. Okay. So slowly. Where's the tracksuit one? Yeah. Okay. So then... Oh, wait, no. There we go. Okay. And then it was the poster that went here. Okay. The good thing is the time also start over, yeah. So we know he grabbed the rope, suspended her, and we know he put the bloodlust there. Let's see. That goes there. So the only one is this one here. Ah, here we go. There we go.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
Now I got it,
Last
I
night,
think.
Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Oh, I got that one wrong again. Okay, so I think... Hold on. So what would go there then? Alright, let's try.
What happened?
Okay. Oh, I see how it goes there. Okay, so it's not that one either.
Here's exactly what happened.
Nope, not the dumb. Oh, I run out of hearts. Okay. Oh, okay. I think. Look at what the killer is doing. Yeah, I noticed. Hopefully this is the right one, because if not...
You!
Yes.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Oh, really? Okay, so slowly we got there in. Okay, so what would go there then? Go in. I guess this would be it. Let's try.
Here's exactly what happened. After all, using one of those, a boy...
No, not that one either. Ah, damn it, I got it wrong again. So I got some of it right. It's that part now.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay. We're gonna figure this out. I hope you remember where they belong. Yeah. So first one in there is the tracksuit. Okay. All that. Um. And then this part is pretty self-explanatory. Okay. I remember where most of this is, so I just gotta hold on a minute.
The killer is you!
So let's see if I did most of this right.
Let's take... Last night, so at the time...
We did most of this, so we just gotta make sure we get where I need to go.
That something was a blue... With bag in hand, she made her... But how could...
So far, so
Simple.
good.
Which is why he...
Most of
What's
this I already
inside?
figured out, so we just gotta slowly get to the rest of it.
It's...
Here we go.
And attack. And that's where the blood...
So we got that.
It was like...
So we got that.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and then removing the...
Oh, okay. That part I got wrong. Okay. Oh, wait, I know. Where is it at? Da. Let's see, let's see. Has to be something. Is it probably this one? Let's try that part. That.
You! Which is then removing the...
There we go.
And finally carrying the corpse. A girl's handbook, but this alone doesn't... After all, using one of...
There we go.
And that's exactly how the killer did it.
There we go.
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. he used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Yep.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence.
Got it.
Just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Got it.
Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Yes, got it. Took me like 3 fucking tries.
Wait! No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push X triangle however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker would disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Surprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use nega time. Well then, good luck and have fun. Whew. Funny thing is, I wasn't even reading most of this except for that.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence.
It won't let me shoot it. What the hell?
Prove it.
There we go. Whew.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
I liked him! Why'd he do it, though? A rank. Not bad. Cool. Why'd he do it, though?
Bro, What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I don't know why he did it though. I like him. He's cool. Potty mouth, but cool. Why did he do it?
What?
Uh-oh, this time looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada! But why did he do it though? In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the O button to fast forward the text. I don't think so. We all want to find out why. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extremely inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile home of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro's actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask him to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that set it up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong.
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands, Mondo just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why... I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on that night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. "My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry." Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dyer never blamed him for what happened. "Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men." He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. No, he didn't kill him. I thought he actually killed him. Yeah, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Dyer was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. I mean, he didn't, technically, so... No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. Mondo didn't really kill his brother. It was just he was in his own insecurities there, so his death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started, swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
I just
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us...
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness and try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn
Why
you.
did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I
No,
just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong? I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey.
I
killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory, for that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing? You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Game over. Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. What's the punishment, though? Oh. The hell? The hell is this? The Cage of Death. Yo! Fit for a biker. Mondo butter? Really? Did he really just... laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace? It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Nah, they did not turn into a butter after all that. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again But of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane. You know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotions like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. That night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? Oh, I should hang out with... Yeah, I probably will. I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But...
Damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel her sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask you, Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next? You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? 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 Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief. I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think it's the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm almost done here, love. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
So cool. It looks like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, guys. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Oh boy. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying,
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Who the fuck is he talking to?
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed
Who the hell is he
nothing can hope
talking to?
match.
He's obviously talking to somebody.
But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. I'm sorry, what? What?
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. To be continued. You received the crazy diamond present. Who, two of a kind, because I finished chapter 2.
I know I shouldn't cry,
Oh my.
but I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon.
Is this why you like her, Gingy? Is this why you like her so much? Because of this whole entire getup?
It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts? I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Please, donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, malasadas.
Okay.
Oh God of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary. What the hell? What's that sound?
Huh?
It sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse?
But
I'm super scared, but... Is someone there? Oh! A next generation legend. Stand tall, galactic hero. The fuck? The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial, everyone met up in the dining hall, just like always. And I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but... Today's count kinda sucks, huh? Takano Byakuya still refused to show up. And I haven't seen Miss Asahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
Oh.
That is rather unusual for her. Normally she is so full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then...
So it's just the stubborn of us then. It looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang. He's still...
Impossible.
Or not. I think he's still in shock, guys, for what happened. Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. It must be because of Mondo. The two of them became so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished, and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
Well...
So, I mean, what's gonna happen now? We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come. Now I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well...
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, in our current situation, not... Demon, angel, pretty, pudgy, princess?
Huh?
Here we go.
Maggie, the drill shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon, cat girl, dog boy, Robo Justice, the Galactic King, and what I mean is, there's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind put such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
Know?
Okay, well anyway, since Taka's like catatonic, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So, we're all going to work together and spend the rest of the day searching school. Searching?
I'm right?
Well, I mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be new places for us to investigate. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
Then once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us which may further enrich our life here. No, the point is to look for clues. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me and so I appeared.
Genocide! Ah, nobody called for you. What the? How come it's Genocide Jail and not Toko?
Yes!
God, this place is just amazing. Finally, a place I can just be my murderous self. Which is why I decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with the split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype. I'll fight all day and night and all night to murder those totally standard cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If you weren't here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. You literally just told me to hang out with her like not even 2 minutes ago. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right. Let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. So we were forced to eat breakfast with the murderer, and after our much needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Okay. And with that, guys, yeah, she did. And with that, guys, this stream is over for right now. Whew, oh man, almost 4 hours on this stream. Damn, I didn't think it'd take so long to do the investigation and the trial. Holy shit. Ugh, gotta go. Phone dying. Phone is dead. Adios. Okay, love you, love. Bye. Okay, well, the stream is over anyway, guys. So thank you so much for stopping by the stream. We found out who killed Chihiro, and I really wish it was fucking, what's the name? I really wish it was Byakuya, so Byakuya could have died. I really wished it was him, but it wasn't, unfortunately. So, next time, guys, we'll do next time we're gonna play the Mega Man Battle Network game is what we're playing next in this coming week. Probably, I want to say Wednesday, probably when I stream it. So that'll be the next stream, guys. So from here on out, I'm just gonna go back and forth between my games right now. Do one stream per game, go back and forth. Or I might just do 2 streams per game. So I'll still figure that out on Wednesday, but for sure there will be a stream on Wednesday. I just don't know if it'll be Danganranpa, Spider-Man, Mega Man, Fire Emblem, or Pokemon Uranium. I don't know which yet, but there will be a stream, so just gonna look out for that stream, guys. So thank you again so much for watching. We'll see y'all later. Peace out.